everybody to Bitcoin on Sunday. Back with me is Shankar of Green Earth Blockchain Token. Welcome back to Bitcoin Live.
Hi Nick, happy to be back with you on Bitcoin Live, and it's very nice to be back with you to share updates. And as I mentioned in our last call in July, that the Green Earth blockchain project is moving towards go live, and we will share updates on that. And we believe that once the project goes live, because it is tied to a physical e-commerce system on the ground, so it is not just a blockchain project in the cloud. It is having physical roots, so like a hybrid project, if you can say. So we will see that once it goes live, we will see a lot of increased visibility from the ground level, and that's what we are aiming for in the remainder of the year. So we will
Oh,
discuss that in the call today.
that is very exciting. But before we do that, what is your opinion on the market at the moment?
Just this week, as if to prepare for our call, we had a crypto crash. So, and I think in the last call, which was exactly about 4 weeks back, we had the Bitcoin. I had shared my view that it is looking a bit bearish for the near term with the weakness, and that has basically been playing out in the last 4 weeks. And that time when we had the call, we had a bit of bullish sentiment because of the XRP news last time when we spoke, the Ripple news of the
Yes.
court judgment, and there was a bullish spike in the market in various altcoins. So that was just specific. We will see. At this point, I would say that day to day, week to week, difficult to predict, but as long as Bitcoin is above 10,000 USD price, it is on for the target of 100K. To be specific, our target is 125K.
Okay, so that's still on support.
Yeah, it's above the support, and if it breaks 10K at that particular point, we will have to do a fresh analysis. Maybe I'll do a specific call just on that, because that will be a key thing. Because it's above 10K, it's very clear and emphatic that it has to move up, and there's a Bitcoin halving coming next year. It's a key event in Bitcoin life, the halving event, and the prices invariably gets stronger and higher after the halving event. So it is. So I would say that specifically for Bitcoin, it's buy on all corrections is a good approach. I would say the same would apply also for other leading decentralized cryptocurrencies like Litecoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum,
Shiba.
SHIB. Yeah, SHIB as well. Yes. SHIB is, I would say, in fact, we have in the overall chart that we have, SHIB has never ever got a sell signal till date from its launch date. So it is extremely bullish that way.
Okay,
I
that's
would like
that's
to
also
take a,
interesting to know.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Nick. Yeah.
Oh, well, and I was sort of also interested in your sort of outlook on the crypto industry as a whole, sort of maybe apart from the market, maybe sort of,
Longer term. Yeah,
um,
I have a chart
yeah,
just for that. Just open the URL I shared and go to the last
yeah,
chart on that.
there we go.
Yeah, it is the what I've written as valuable lessons for blockchain and crypto industry from Nasdaq 100 lifetime chart. So first up, this is a log chart, monthly chart, log chart of Nasdaq 100 index. So Nasdaq 100 is world's major tech index. All safe to say that everybody who's involved in crypto and blockchain is also involved here in this index. So it's a common set of investors. And in fact, the Nasdaq 100 has a lot more investors other than crypto, but everybody's in crypto is also here in some way. So the two main points here are that uh, from in the 1990s, from the Jan 92 to March or Feb 2000, the 8 year period, we had a 15x move, up
Mm-hmm.
move in Nasdaq 100 index, and
Yeah.
the bulk of that up move was on the bullishness that came from the internet innovations and internet, let's say, euphoria. Okay, so it
Hmm.
was a 15x move in that period, that 8 year period, very powerful up move. And it was like a period where it just could not go down, it just went up. And then the dot com bust happened from 2000 to 2002. It was a sharp correction all the
Yeah,
way
you
to
can see it.
1000 level. And what happened after that was a 8 year period of consolidation. And a consolidation, I've drawn the flat line there. That was an 8 year period where, despite whatever was happening in the broader market, the tech stocks just wouldn't budge, or they will just keep uh, hovering around. And I remember that period as well very carefully because I was observing the market then as well. So that was a period where, despite projects and companies like Amazon and Google doing very good work at the back end, the index was not going up. And so, because of the sharp correction that happened in the dot com bust that we saw, it took a while to rebuild from that. It took consolidation time. That was an 8 year period there where, uh, and that also culminated with the 2008 fall and
Yeah.
then took off from there. And then when it took off from 2010 onwards, it has done another 15x from those low levels. So from a low level of 1000 to
Hmm.
almost 17,000, a full 15x again. So it, the point to learn from here is that we had a very strong bullish sentiment in the crypto industry uh, in the previous decade. Uh, the 8 years or 10 years that happened, not everybody was involved in crypto, but at least let's say from 2016-17 onwards, there has been a pretty bullish sentiment as people discover what blockchain projects are capable of doing, and what cryptocurrencies are doing or achieving as a superior instrument for transactions and payments. So, and also for projects to run themselves, like in the case of greener blockchain, GEBT is the utility token that we use as rewards for all the people who participate in the chain that we are building. So, uh, in other words, we should not be surprised to have a period of consolidation after the period of run up that we saw in the last 5, 6, 7 years in the crypto
Yes.
industry. And that period of consolidation can be longer than what most people think. It is not just a 1 year, 6 months, or 2 year period, it can be longer. But the point to understand is that the blockchain and crypto is a sure shot fundamental innovation that has happened. It is a major one for many central banks and many other to keep protesting about what they're doing. And also, so many organizations are coming on board of adoption month after month. So we can see that there is a very strong fundamental innovation that has taken place. And a consolidation period may happen, but the second leg of takeoff, which is there in this NASDAQ chart, will also come in the crypto industry. And I'm very confident about that. At whichever point the consolidation happens and completes, there will be a new takeoff from that point onwards in those projects which have successfully done the groundwork and which are fundamentally strong. So the 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 set of tokens or projects which go forward another 10x or 20x in the next rally, we don't know them, but they would still repeat that kind of performance in, and it will be again visible when the next leg of rally happens. It may happen from a year from now or 2 years from now or 3 years from now, we don't know, but there will be a big move as a larger set of adoption happens for the blockchain projects globally.
So if I understand you correctly, the crypto market is still very much correlated to the broader market, like the Nasdaq and the S&P, and there
uh,
you have these rally periods that we just had, and then you have a consolidation period which can actually last 6 years,
this was 8 years.
8 years. Sorry, 8 years. So somewhere between a range from 1 year to 8 years, uh, could it could take as long as 8 years.
I mean, this, if you see, it's the lens are correlated to the period of rally as well. So if you have an 8 year
Yeah.
rally, you also had 8 year consolidation. So if you consider the crypto industry rally from 2016 onwards to 2020-21, when Bitcoin hit the high of 64, 65K, we should be willing to have a consolidation as well of 2, 3 years at least, if not more, and then or maybe 4 years or 5 years, and then again a new period of growth as projects become fundamentally strong, and some projects are not strong, they will just drop along and they won't be there in the next rally.
So would you, in that case, say that the halving, which is usually a big catalyst next year, around April, I think it is, that will be sort of the ultimate test case to see if we're still in that sort of bullish scenario or in a consolidation phase?
No, that is not the test, or that is not the way to measure, because Bitcoin is the leader of the market by
Mhm.
far, and the halving of Bitcoin will anyway make Bitcoin prices stronger and it will move up.
Yeah.
But whether the entire market participates with that is not very clear.
Oh, okay. I see what you get. So you basically say that the chances of Bitcoin going much higher are higher than the general
Yes,
crypto market.
yes,
Ah,
because this is like this is the Nasdaq 100 index, so it was 100 tech stocks of that era, and safe to say that the 100 stocks that were there in 92 to 2000 are half of them are not there in this list now. So the churn keep happening, and in the crypto blockchain world, the churn will be even higher. So a new set of projects will come, and the top 100 ranks in market cap will keep changing.
I see, I see. And do you also think then that because crypto is more like are more like companies in a way, anyway, and Bitcoin is more like a commodity, so that Bitcoin might follow commodities more closely in the coming years than sort of the Nasdaq or the S&P?
No, no, no. It is it is it is decentralized and hence like a
Mhm.
commodity. But the owners of Bitcoin are exactly the same set of people who are owning Nasdaq 100 index.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So
So they're exposed to the same
it is
thing.
not people who are coffee traders or sugar traders who are owning Bitcoin.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, onwards. The roadmap of GEBT. What does it look like for the coming year?
Yeah, let's go to the first slide on this page.
Yes. There we go.
That's our roadmap slide. So we keep revising that as we move into new quarters. And
Yes.
so currently we're in August 2023, and uh, we are having the foundation of Peanut project in place. We have the GBT token on two exchanges, Dextrade and Windex, and that is sufficing for the requirements today. There is also a decentralized exchange called Tinyman, where Algorand projects are listed, so it's there as well. That is also
Mhm.
sufficing for current requirements. We have a stable team in place. We have a stable community in place, which is very much willing and ready to scale up its work and efforts as we go into the coming quarter of go live. And the project is near go live currently, and we'll discuss more about that in the coming minutes. But we are like about 10 days to 2 weeks away from go live now. And so whenever we have our next call, it will be with the go live itself. And and we have also started adding advisors in the advisory board. So we currently have 8 advisors now in the advisory board, and we are
Ah,
aiming to have 25 advisors in total. And that will be the planned composition of or constitution of the advisory board. And then once we complete the advisory board and project is live, then we will also start creating the user council or user governance council for Peanut GEBT. And there we will add from a wide range of community members as well as advisors. And there we will, in the stable scenario of the project, let's say a couple of years ahead from now, we would like to have 100 members in the user council.
Okay.
And so the user council will decide many of the uh, aspects with the objective voting process, all the measures related to the token and how we want to use that, because we have also 10% for community uh, GEBT tokens allocated for community work, and those community works will we will surely want to route through the user council and take their vote on that. Also for ongoing improvement and sharing of the project on social media in new countries, we would like the help of the guidance and voting from the user council on a regular basis on the steps we take. Advisory board obviously will meet every quarter, and we will also go to advisory board for some of the strategic issues that we have and some of the plans that we have. For example, the main goal, as you can see in the roadmap in Q4 2025,
Mhm.
that is to reach the Binance listing. So for that, we need the help of all of our advisors in suggesting what they are seeing, because we want to make the project fundamentally strong. So the advisors are coming from different backgrounds, not necessarily crypto industry. In fact, many of them are from outside crypto industry, from e-commerce background, food industry background, or healthcare background, natural resources background. So we want to use them all to build a strong, fundamentally strong project, because our understanding so far is that we have to make Green Earth fundamentally strong project, and if we ensure that, then at some point Binance listing will happen, and we can look forward to that. But even before that, our main listing that we are aiming for sometime in Q1 next year is Gate, which is the top 10 exchange, subject to availability of funds and investors, of course. Uh, that Gate listing is something that we are aiming for. It was initially planned for December, but I think as project has to consolidate and grow, we may go into Jan or Feb also for that. Depends on totally on the availability of funds. But if the funds come earlier, we may go in December also. But gate listing is something that will put the project in front of a very large global audience. And that itself will be sufficient for the level of visibility we require to get into the top 200 ranks for the market cap of the project. And so between now and the year end, our work is very clear. We have to add 25 advisors. We have to take our GBT users to 100,000 users, because once the project is live, we will rapidly start getting users. So we want to reach 100,000 users, and that is visible and achievable in the current view. And we also want to grow the trading volume on the exchanges so that our listing and the profile page on coin market cap, which we are likely to get after we get our listing on P2B, that coin market cap listing needs certain minimum trading volumes to have a market cap ranking on it, and that we will discuss later in the call. So we believe that once we get a ranking, that's when the project really starts getting global visibility of top 200. So
Sorry, my neighbor is making a hole in the wall.
yeah, so I think between now and December, a sizable amount of work is there in improving and growing the project fundamentals. Fundamentals means users, advisors, validators, and also getting people to participate in the project to increase trading volume and get listing in at least P2B, and if possible, Gate also. Otherwise, Gate will flow into Q1 of 2025. And then that setup is ready for further increasing the trading volume, because once we are on Gate, we expect with 100,000 users and Gate listing, we expect some of the other crypto investors to see the project and participate in our project by buying our tokens through Gate, which will give us the capital to further increase our trading volumes and also get the token more visible to other larger investors, like we discussed in the previous call, like climate funds or other sovereign funds or some larger long-term funds who are looking for projects who are working in the space related to environment and related to global food supply chain. So that's how we are looking, and the final goal somewhere as we complete all these steps is to aim for a Binance listing. And when I say final goal, I mean final goal from a token perspective, because the final goal of the project is to actually build the transparency in the food supply chains and natural healthcare uh, products to benefit people from a very transparent set of products with entire blockchain visible. So that process will keep happening, but uh, the more the more liquid the token becomes, the more accessible the token becomes, because Binance is really accessible worldwide. So that helps the project to move to a longer duration.
Well, about that, Binance has sort of left Holland at the moment, and there's also some other issues in different countries, especially in the West. You sort of said Binance, but maybe by that time it could also be another major exchange. Or do you think Binance has is sort of a staple in the crypto market that will not go away?
Uh, well, those are, I mean, at the moment, yes, I think it is Binance is the main exchange for global users. And so that's why in our roadmap we have Gate, a top 10 exchange first. And once we get Gate, we are already very visible to a larger set of investors and crypto industry. And Binance is required to really go in front of everyone. So I would say that I think as of now, Binance listing still is the test real, the benchmark that we have to aim for.
That makes sense. How about Ganga project? How does it look? And yeah, what are the prospects for when it's going live?
Yes, thanks for that. So Ganga project, I was just speaking with our team before this call. So we are aiming to go live by end of August, which is about 10 days from now, and maybe a couple of days more. But the entire setup is ready and testing is happening currently. And so, so the go live is currently at end August, maybe give or take 2 days here and there. But and that is when we want to get the site up and say that this is live. And currently integration testing with Green Earth is happening, and all that would be completed in the coming week. So we can then start the site with a functioning uh, e-commerce platform. And we are aiming to add about 25 to 40 products when we go live, and each of those products will have the full blockchain till the source visible to the user or the buyer when he comes, or any user. When we go to product X, let's say a food product, let's say a product made of wheat or whatever, you will see all the way from which farm the wheat has come, like that. So that kind of visibility, which is the core we wanted to build in terms of transparency. So about 25 to 40 products will go live with when we go live, and then we have 200 products total in our catalog to go live with, and we will complete that by end of October. So by
Wow.
October, 200 products with entire blockchains. They're all already, those products are already verified and known to us, so we can rapidly, and those blockchains are already with us in the database, but we need time to make them live one by one. So by end October, the entire 200 products that we have identified, they will be with us on the e-commerce side, Ganga e-commerce side. And after that, then we will add new products from new food producers or new providers on case-to-case basis as we verify their blockchain for transparency, and then we add them. So our work is very clear between now and October is to go live with about 25 to 40 products, and then go on adding products every week to reach 200 full products on the site, and that completes the list of products that we already have the blockchains with us ready. Uh, and then add new products from new producers. So those new products are not visible to us today, but they will come to us in the next 2 months or so, as they see
Yeah,
the
because
product.
how do you want to increase the visibility of the Ganga project?
Yeah, that visibility is going to be through social media and also
Mhm.
through the word of mouth through existing customers that we get. We have a network of customers who are already signed up to join Ganga project. So when they join and they see that, they will also share that experience with their networks. So I would say it's the visibility is going to travel through social media. We plan to create a series of YouTube videos over the next 2 months, which will showcase how the GEBT token is reaching the very end of the supply chain. So the farmers who are in remote parts, they would also be getting the GEBT token, and how for the first time the benefits of blockchain are traveling to the interiors of the economy.
Yeah, and of course, the best way to sort of increase visibility is word of mouth, by people using it and becoming enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, and so social media will play a significant role, and we do plan a series of videos because we believe that those YouTube videos that we will post, they will share the story with the wider audience, and the videos basically will be about the various stakeholders of the green earth blockchain, which includes the food producers in remote parts, benefiting by getting good rates for their products because they are authentic products, plus also getting GBT tokens as reward.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then when will you start adding the 10K validators to the Green Earth blockchain?
Yeah, to make the first 200 products live, which we already have the entire data and their blockchains ready with us, we need 10 validators, and those are already with us currently because those 200 products are coming from 10 validators involved with us. And from after that, that is from November onwards, as we add new products outside the 200 products, then we will be adding new validators. So, but the the steps required to add validators, the forms, and whatever training, all the groundwork we will start doing from September or October. But we see ourselves adding new validators from November. And as the uh, user base of GBT grows from the current level is around 1650, which is without going live. From there, it will move up rapidly to 100K users. We also expect validators to move rapidly from there because we will have a drive to add validators in different districts of India. So we are planning to do that from November.
That wow, this will be a very busy period for you going
Yes,
forward.
yes, because once
Very
the project
exciting
goes
period.
live, we expect uh, both food producers and potential validators to keep coming to us to sign up
Yeah.
because we will our website will be having the sign up form for validators across India,
Wow.
and so
It
that
will
is
be
why
creating a lot of jobs.
yeah, because validators will earn from each product sale as well because they have a small percentage of each product sale. They also get tokens on top of that. So yes, they will also get income. Plus, they also get uh, recognition within their community for supporting a new technology project of this type. So we expect the validators to be technology savvy youth across India who are in different remote parts as well as in semi-urban areas to come onto the project, and we will have some training for them, and then they can become operational.
One of the questions I really wanted to ask you for a very long time, and I keep forgetting it. But how do you keep the validators themselves in check? Because you do want, of course, very integrity. You want integrity. You want honesty. You want a good work ethic. So how do you want to sort of keep the validators doing their job properly?
Oh, it's this we have covered in our white paper as well, that validators will have also random inspections. So, so therefore, the validators, for example, will need to be always aware that their work can get inspected at any time randomly. And so therefore, with that inspection, and also we will have testing. For example, if there is a product which is coming from, let us say, a farm X, which is going through a validator Y, uh, we will also have lab testing of the product directly from X. So for example, we will have a random anonymous user who will order the product from farm X. It flows through validator Y, but in reality, that product is not being ordered for consumption. It is being ordered for lab testing.
That's very smart.
And so when it goes for lab testing, and those results, if they confirm, that is a check mark. But if those don't confirm, then it is going to go as a warning or a red flag against both the validator and the food producer.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So there
So
is a, so in other words, the answer to your question is that uh, the only way we can enforce quality is by uh, anonymous random checks.
yeah, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. So now we go to the exciting part of the show. When can we sort of expect the Green Earth airdrops campaign to start?
Yeah, that's a common question we are getting from other team members as well. So, see, the airdrops require us to get the uh, planned set of investors on board, and we are currently discussing with them, because airdrops is going to be a key part of our token marketing plan, and that we have put in our roadmap as well. So at this point, all I would say is that the time frame is not fixed, but it is in the not too distant future. It is definitely aimed for this year itself, in the coming weeks and months. But we don't have an exact starting point, because we have not completed the requirements to start the airdrop process. And whenever we get the necessary funds for doing the airdrop, and we will aim for at least, we have a plan to do 25,000 airdrops of 1 GBT per airdrop. And so once we have at least 5,000 to 10,000, we have the resources to do 10,000 airdrops as a one batch, then we will start the project. As of now, we can do 1,000 or 2,000 airdrops, but we are not starting it like that. We are waiting for the planned marketing resources and capital to come, because it is not just airdrops, it's also a bit of trading competition that we want to do. We also want quizzes to happen on GBT, and give let's say rewards for the winners of the quizzes, and stuff like that. So it's a, and we also have planned to give some money to Twitter for Twitter marketing. So basically it's so airdrops are a subset of our online marketing plan. And so once we get the funds for that, then we will start the whole plan in one shot, and it
And
is
that's of course
in the coming weeks. Yeah.
another reason also to follow Green Earth blockchain token on Twitter, because you know that is where you get the updates on these kind of things,
Yes,
of course.
yes. Yeah,
So if
all
you're not
updates
following yet,
exactly for Green Earth project. All updates will come first on Bitcoin Live. I think that's very clear.
well,
So airdrops,
that's really good to know.
yeah. So we'll announce airdrops through your video. Yeah.
That's super cool. And how can people join the community? I mean, besides following Green Earth blockchain token on Twitter. Are there any other ways that they can sort of join and participate in this project?
Yes, yes. I think we are now in August. By September, we would have a very clear community membership page, as well as its joining form on the site. We don't have that yet because 10% of the entire token supply is reserved for community, uh, and community members are expected to be from across the world. And we believe that even before Green Earth project goes to a specific country, the community members can participate from wherever they are in the world, either with our online marketing efforts, or once we start aiming for a specific country to operate, they can also then help us in finding food producers and finding validators, or themselves also take the role of a validator depending on their capabilities. So we do want to start adding community members, and community members will also have some ongoing rewards in GBT token based on the work or efforts that they do for the project. So we haven't uh, created the membership message and package or whatever in detail currently, but we want to do it by September end. Once we go live with the project, and because we want the community members who are going to come to us to see a working model of the project, so that they can see how they could participate in this in a real way with a live project in front of them. So once we make the project live, which we are planning to do in the near future, in the next 10 days or 2 weeks, then we start going actively on building the community page and the messaging around the community members. So in our next AMA, whenever we will have some updates on that about what are the options available to join in the Green Earth community,
Oh,
depending
that's
on
really exciting.
where you're located. Yeah, because we want to
But
have different levels of community membership based on how much. If somebody can participate for half an hour per week, that will be one role. If somebody wants to do 5 hours per week, that's a different role.
yeah, of course. But this is like a slow rollout because you want to do it properly and you want to check all the boxes. So people have to keep close eye on Green Earth blockchain token and sort of follow already and get in the loop and follow us, of course, to stay updated. But this project will be really big going forward, and it is sort of it's already gaining steam, and I'm really happy to be part of this. This revolution in basically tokenizing healthy food and transparency when it comes to food. You also showed sent me some charts that we
Yeah,
didn't
Nick.
go over.
Yeah, we'll go to them now in the next few
Yeah,
minutes. So
let's
let's
do
go to
that.
the second chart, which is the GBT price chart on Dex Trade.
Yes, I'm opening it right now. There we
So
go.
this was just to emphasize that the price of GBT token over the last 6 to 8 months has been in a moving in a band between $1 to $1.29. And because we haven't done any airdrops of any type, the and so and the launch price was $1 on the exchange, you would see that there is no seller below one on GBT because it was never sold below one to anybody. And that's the reason why
Mhm.
you see the token price always taking support at one, because that's the lowest price ever that has been sold. And in between we see some trading activity going on, and some people have bought on Windax, but typically the price has been ranging like this, and whenever there's a market weakness, the price comes down, but again takes support at one. So that's the reason why we want the entire online marketing capital to be in place before we do airdrops. Otherwise, that the price that has been stable at one will get impacted when people will just suppose half the airdrops they come to sell. We need the
Yeah,
capital in place to absorb those airdrops at one, because we want to defend the $1 price as a floor price. Okay, and
and
then the next slide is the supply information. This was an important update, and that's why I put this one, put that we're covering it. The major update from last month to now is that on 27th July, uh, we changed the the ratios of how many tokens we have kept in the circulating supply and how many we have put in the or logged in the reserve account. Till 26th July, we had 80% tokens in circulating supply and 20% in the reserve. But from 27th July, we have just literally reversed it, and now it's 20% tokens in circulating supply and 80% are logged in reserve, and they would come out gradually about 1% per quarter from Jan 2024. And the reason why we have done that is that because
Yes.
because this reflects our project fundamentals more accurately. Because the tokens earlier it was 80% circulating supply, whereas in reality less than 1 million tokens have been actually released, and we have no plan to release more than 20% tokens anytime in the near future. So therefore we have changed or literally reversed the token allocation and put 80% in the lock reserve account, because that reflects our project better, and there is a benefit from that, that with 20% tokens in circulating supply, the market cap is coming at 200 or 210 million now with current level, current price, and therefore the trading volumes that we have to achieve for the GEBT token to get listed in coin market cap or get rankings in top 200, those requirements also come down drastically, because we have to get minimum 0.001 as a ratio for
Mhm.
trading volume by market cap. So uh, by reflecting this real picture, which is that only 200 million tokens need to be in circulating supply for the foreseeable future and 80% can go in reserve, our market cap becomes lower, but that is actually the reality, and it will also help the listing and ranking of the token and hence global visibility. And the token price, as you saw in the chart just now, that doesn't affect because we have released less than 1 million tokens to people. In fact, it's less than 100K so far, the release. So
Yeah.
the actual number of tokens is very less. So even 20% circulating supply is already very good, but is very large for where we are. But at least that reversal of the circulating and non-circulating supply reflects the project more closely to where we are, and it also reduces the requirements of daily trading volumes, and hence the probability of getting GBT in top 200 is now much higher.
And then we got one more chart actually.
Yeah, this is the value stats, which basically covers some of the things I said. Just go down. It's called value stats, value statistics. So this is just taken today before our call. So the price currently is 1.05. It was 1.21 earlier, 3 weeks ago when we spoke, and it is at 1.05. Keeps defending the $1 because that's the base price. And uh, as you can see, there's an orange flag of low volume. The 24-hour
Yeah.
volume of GBT has been hovering between 50K to 70K
Yeah.
USDT. Uh, but that is considered low volume because that is still lower than the ratio of 0.001, which is required to call it a healthy basic healthy volume. So to reach that, we need about 250K USDT volume. So we are at currently latest is 51K, and it averages around 55K on a monthly basis, but we need to take it to 250K, so 5x more from here. And it so then these flags will go away, both those flags, the volume by market cap ratio will go, 24-hour volume flag will go, and then the token is ready for top 200 rank listing in coin market cap.
Wow. That's
So
you're almost there.
yeah, so the reason why we did the previous change on circulating and non-circulating, the switch, is that now we need 250K to call this token ready for a top 200 rank, but earlier we needed 1 million of daily trading volume, because so it was basically trying to aim for a setup which is not our reality. The reality was that currently the project is in early stage and we haven't even released those tokens. The and the only reason why we hesitated earlier to put 80% in reserve was that it puts enormous security risk on the reserve account. That was the reason why we didn't put them, and we had distributed the tokens in different wallets. Uh, but now 80% is in one wallet called reserve. The account is publicly available on our website, and it has a key and a re-key. So there are two keys on it. However, it's still a single wallet.
Yeah, well, that's something to keep a close eye out
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But this is really exciting, and I think you're doing an incredible job managing all this and getting so close to your dream becoming reality. Of course, um, do you? I also want to sort of circle back a little bit to what we talked about at the beginning, the market, because some people are saying there's like a big recession just around the corner, like it can hit us at any moment. Does that throw any monkey wrench into your plans or
No,
the
no, not at
project?
all. That because that I'm very sure that because the level of the amount of capital that we are looking for from our network of investors is so small to get this fundamental shift from current level to 100k users to 250k or 300k trading volume. It's not much, so that is going to come irrespective of economic conditions. That's my first view. Second is that the project is actually a hybrid project with an e-commerce platform on the base, and that e-commerce platform is not selling perfumes, it is selling food products which are in high demand. So that project also will move irrespective of economic conditions.
Yeah, and I think that the point that you just made is also, you can sort of extrapolate it to the whole crypto market, right? It's such a tiny market which can sort of be insulated in a way from economic catastrophe, right? Because it takes so little money to move it.
Uh, and the other way, a bit humorous way to say is that the falls are so severe that people don't have any incentive to sell when they fall, because what do you get by selling something which has fallen so sharply? So people don't usually look at selling crypto in the first place. They sell other things which are more stable and then come to crypto if really everything is falling apart and nothing else is there to sell.
I got one sort of final question before I let you go. This year has been sort of very hard for crypto, also when it comes to regulation, the market, but also reputation, right? The branding of crypto, and the tokenized economy and Web3, they all got sort of tarnished with a lot of this negative news that is, keeps coming out. Um, how do you deal with that side of the story, right? How do you, with branding, putting the token into the market, even the sort of the term token has been sort of tarnished with all this
Yeah,
negativity. Is
yeah.
that an issue?
I would say that I think this is the best question so far, and a real question for everyone involved in any kind of blockchain crypto project. Uh, See, the the origins of this entire negativity is a year back, May 2022, with the crash of Terra Luna. Okay, where it just vaporized 40 billion worth of assets, just literally went away. Uh, with their that they had a USDT stable coin which just completely crashed. Unbelievable. So unfortunately, we were not involved in that, but many people were, and many crypto funds were involved in that. And I believe FTX was also involved in some way in that as well. And then we had a full, much larger incident with the collapse of FTX in November
Yeah.
2022. So those two events, FTX was the second largest exchange at that point behind Binance. So it was not a small project also. So in terms of scale, it was the largest failure in the crypto industry from the start, from the very start. So, and then also I had told that it will take at least 6 months for these things to get absorbed. So from November, 6 months is May, and now we're in August. But what it the ongoing negativity or the weakness in the market is because of the deep impact or losses experienced by many players and many investors and funds between May and November last year from those impacts. And they are still getting adjusted. And that's what happens when those big projects and exchanges fail. And we discussed last time also that the the onus and the responsibility on Binance is now at 10x higher than last year for it to keep its affairs in order and do it properly without. It has open market, unlimited space to grow, but the risks also very high. So but also is I would say that uh, the market is still adjusting from what happened last year. And the second question, how do you come out with a positive message? Is it branding? I think it is not. No branding can get a positive message really. The real answer is in showing end user videos or end user testimonials which show that that particular user has got benefit from that project. Just like any other world, if it's a medicine, if it's working and the patient says that it's working for him, that's a testimonial. And if somebody is using some product, a washing product, and it's washing the stains well, that's a good testimonial in real life ones. So unless we
Yeah.
produce those real life testimonials of whatever project blockchain project is doing, in the case of GEBT, it's in our top to-do list to go to the absolute end users and the end stakeholders, farmers as well as consumers in different parts, and record those videos from them, whether they are finding that useful, whether they got a better payout for their products compared to the existing chains that they were working with a lot of middlemen in them. And GBT removes those middlemen as well to a good extent, because
Yeah, and with the ultimate aim of becoming also fully decentralized, right?
yes, uh, I mean, as long as there is a body of people, it can never be truly decentralized because it is still working with a set of people. But within that, having an advisory board, having a user council with 100 people, advisory board with 25 people, those things already start uh, making the project more and more decentralized, or let's say more carefully governed. I think a project which is governed with a wider base of people will not make wrong decisions. That's my experience. It may be a bit slower, but it will be fundamentally stronger. So our goal for GBT and Vinod is to keep a fundamentally strong project for the long distance, and that can be achieved by having these governance councils and advisory board. It reminds me of an African proverb, which says that if you want to run, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go as a team.
Yeah, that's a perfect proverb to end on, I guess.
Yeah.
Shankar, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for doing these updates. I can't wait till the next one, maybe another major step in the project. Um, I wish you a very nice Sunday. And to everybody watching, follow Green Earth Blockchain Token. I'll also link it down below. It's also on the top. And stay tuned for the next update.
Thank you very much, Nick, and thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Bye.
Take care.